Alright. Oh, what's up, everybody? It's David once again. You know how to do my verses. You know, I know it's been a while, but I'm back. Stronger than ever. Excuse me, I have a little cold, so excuse me. So, if my sneezes scare you, I apologize. I sneeze very loud, like a man, you know what I'm saying? But, first gotta start you off with a quick story. Alright, I was playing basketball, you know, because I hoop, you know what I'm saying? And, I was playing against this guy, and I schooled him. And at the end of the game, he was like, "Man, who'd you play for? Where do you play at?" I was like, "Nah, man, I just love the game. You know, I used to play, but not so much anymore." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, what do you do to stay in shape?" I was like, "Oh, I box on the side." You know what I'm saying? I've been boxing for a little bit. He said, "Yeah, man, I can't play basketball that well anymore because I have this knee brace on." I was like, "Oh, why? You injured yourself?" "Nah, I do Muay Thai." And I just thought that was a funny reason not to play basketball. Like, why you're not good at basketball anymore? I was like, "Oh, man, what happened? Did you, like, kick somebody?" Oh, that's my phone. "Did you kick somebody too hard or something like that?" He's like, "Nah, man, I just got bad knees." I was like, what does that have to do with you doing Muay Thai and not being good at basketball? Anyway, it was just a funny response, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he did kick somebody, he didn't want to tell me. I don't know. But he told me that Muay Thai is good for, it's a good martial arts to learn. Like, it's almost like the best martial arts, I mean, striking-wise. He also said that it helps your footwork. So, like, people who do soccer do Muay Thai, and that me being a basketball player, Muay Thai will help my footwork in basketball. That's good for him. And, I choose boxing. I just don't have the time to do it. But if I did have the money and time to do it, I would. So it brings us to our verses. Our verses, we're doing Joe Higashi from the Fatal Fury series. He's a Japanese kickboxer, well, Muay Thai fighter. And he's supposed to be holding, like, the champion of the world in Muay Thai at the present time. Against Adon from Street Fighter. You know who he is. He's Saget's first disciple. Ended up betraying Saget after he lost to Ryu via Scar, Shoryuken, Dragon Punch, you know what I'm saying? So, quick rundown of both characters. We'll start with Adon, since his name starts with an A. Adon, he was the first disciple of Saget. He was in part 1. He was in the very, very first Street Fighter. He looked really funny, and he was hecka hard to beat, because he had his Jaguar kick, right? That's when he does a flip kick forward and leaves the leg out, which is freaking annoying in every Street Fighter. And he has his rising Jaguar and the Jaguar tooth or whatever. He's a beast. I mean, he has no body fat, first of all. He has that funny looking haircut. It looks like planes could land on top of his head. I just thought that was funny. Why they did that, I don't know. Anyway, he's a beast. I mean, he uses his knees, elbows, his kicks. He fights like a true Thai fighter. His fight stance is even on one leg, showing how strong his legs are. Very vicious, very quick. He even beat Saget before. Of course, Saget obviously didn't want to fight. He was, I guess, recovering from that Dragon Punch scar. And he even went after Akuma. He lost to Akuma, of course. I'm sorry, he went after, he fought Evil Ryu in the manga. I have this manga, the Street Fighter Alpha manga. He lost to Evil Ryu, and he's still alive. That says a lot, you know what I'm saying, fighting somebody with the Dark Adon. Yeah, he's a pretty menacing foe. I mean, to fight him is like fighting a Jaguar, I guess. I guess that's pretty cliched. He's just quick, he's powerful, and then you got Joe Higashi, who, he trained with Andy Bogard. He's not. I think he's the weakest of the Fatal Fury trio out of Terry and Andy. So that doesn't say a lot for him. He does throw hurricanes out of his uppercuts, which I think is super cool. It's called the Hurricane Upper, and he has a double Hurricane Upper. Where he goes like this, and these two red hurricane come. And it's from his original move, the Screw Upper. It's a red hurricane, so he does two. And if you play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and you get caught in that, it goes.
Capcom vs. SNK.
Capcom vs. SNK. Excuse me. It's the cold. It's getting to me, guys. I'm sorry. Capcom vs. SNK 2. Joe Higashi is a beast. He has a similar move. His Jaguar kick is actually a knee. I don't know why they call it the Jaguar kick. It's a rising knee, kind of like the. It's a Tiger kick. Excuse me, like the Jaguar rising knee. He has the Tiger kick. He has another kick that's like a Don. They have very similar moves. I'm just going to say that. The only thing about Joe, he can throw that projectile, which is the Hurricane Upper. Now, as far as strength, I think Adon is stronger than him. As far as speed, Adon seems faster than him, too. Joe is a very solid fighter, but the only thing is his range of attack. He can throw the projectiles. So, another thing that Joe has, he has a move that goes straight across the screen is pretty cool. I don't even know the name of that move.
Me
He
either.
kicks you. But one thing about him though, he's like one of the best characters in Fatal Fury to use. Period. As far as anime and the storyline goes, he's not that strong of a fighter. But if you play with him, player-wise, which I always put into account when we talk about versus anyway, he's a beast. Adon is a beast too. Don't get me wrong, he's a top tier Street Fighter, but Joe Higashi is a beast in all the Fatal Furies, from Real Bout to even the King of Fighters series. He's a monster. So I'm gonna kind of wrap this up. The winner, due to his speed and strength, I have to give it to Adon. I have to, because Joe may be able to throw the projectiles, but Adon goes after people that have projectiles all the time. He goes after Ryu and Ken. I mean, he's fighting them all the time. He has moves. All his moves are tailored to go over projectiles. And so, without Joe's projectiles being, in the equation, that just leads to straight up Muay Thai. Knees, elbows, fists, and feet. And I think Adon, training with Sagat, Sagat's disciple, the king of Muay Thai, the emperor of Muay Thai, and he's rivaling Sagat. The man 7'5" monster from Thailand, one eye, the king. I mean, come on, guys. That's your teacher? Who's your teacher, Joe? And you Japanese. No offense to Japanese, but I'm like, he lives in Thailand where Muay Thai was created. You just be fighting people in Japan? I mean, no disrespect to Joe. Joe is a very, very good fighter, but Adon just, he has that level of, I'm just too nice, no body fat, with speed and strength, and he's fearless. Joe is fearless too, but you saw in Fatal Fury him get smacked up. I don't know if y'all seen the anime. He got smacked up by Krause. And everybody that Adonis lost to, Akuma, Sagat, Evil Ryu, that's a pretty good track list to lose by. I mean, those are some very top tier fighters, period. So I'm giving it to Adon. No body fat Jaguar from Thailand, student of Sagat. He got the win. Comment, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Just my opinion. Comment, subscribe to Cambocombo, and I'm out. Peace.